I'm Thomas Smith, and I am here to clear up some confusion I think people have around the question of what is Clout crypto. This is a question I get, and I think there's some confusion because there's some interesting history to this particular coin. So I think what people are actually looking at when they're searching for Clout crypto is the service BitClout. So as I've written about in a lot of detail before, BitClout is a service that's basically like a blockchain version of Twitter or social network. And the concept is that creators like myself can post on the network, and they each have a coin. So I have a Tom Smith 585 coin on that platform. And in theory, as I post more and engage more, the value of my coin should increase. Likewise, if the ecosystem as a whole does well, the value should increase. And the concept is that creators can basically be compensated for the content they contribute to that system versus something like, traditional Twitter where you're not being paid to tweet. So it's a cool concept. I tested it as part of my 1K tests series. It's not it started out doing great. It's not doing so well now, but that's probably more reflective of the overall changes in the market. But so I think when people are asking about Clout coin, what they're referring to is BitClout, and I'll get into why that is in the future. People also ask, how can I buy BitClout? So again, confusing there too. And the answer to that question is that BitClout itself is that service, the decentralized social network, and it's not a coin, so you can't buy BitClout. But that said, BitClout, the service, runs on a blockchain that's called DeSo, D-E-S-O, Decentralized Social. And again, confusingly, BitClout started out being called BitClout, and it actually rebranded its blockchain to DeSo. So originally, BitClout and the BitClout blockchain were one and the same. Now, BitClout is a service. It runs on the DeSo decentralized social blockchain. And I think the split is really based on the idea that DeSo, the blockchain, will, kind of have its own life and potentially have other services built on it. It has its own fund that supports new projects. So BitClout is sort of one user now, essentially, of DeSo, whereas before, BitClout was both the service and the blockchain. So I think that's confusing to people. When they see DeSo, they're like, well, what is that? It's basically just what BitClout rebranded itself to be. And you can't buy BitClout. It's a service. It's not a coin. What you can do, though, is buy the DeSo coin. That is a coin that is the coin sort of underlying that DeSo blockchain. So we started out BitClout as a service and a blockchain. Split, now BitClout is a service running on the DeSo blockchain, and the coin that the DeSo blockchain uses is DeSo, D-E-S-O, is the symbol there. And interestingly, that coin is now independently traded on Coinbase, which is a big deal for any kind of crypto. It indicates that there's a certain level of notoriety to it, potentially. And that coin, DeSo, is still used to underlie investments in creator coins on BitClout. So if you want to buy a BitClout creator's coin, you have to first convert your other cryptos or fiat currency into DeSo, and then you can use DeSo to purchase that creator's coin. So I think that's where people have the confusion. You can't buy BitClout. Again, it's not a coin, it's a service. You can buy DeSo, which is the coin that underlies the DeSo blockchain, then in turn underlies the BitClout service, and maybe will underlie other services in the future as well. Now, one final layer of confusion to this is, what is the Clout coin itself, which is the question we started out with. Well, remember, like I said, BitClout and the BitClout blockchain used to be one and the same before BitClout rebranded it and made DeSo sort of its own separate blockchain entity. Before that rebranding, the coin for that BitClout blockchain was called Clout, C-L-O-U-T. Now, when BitClout rebranded and sort of split and made the DeSo blockchain its own thing, it transformed the Clout coin into the DeSo coin. And this was a process that happened, I believe, in September of 2021. They basically just swapped out the Clout coin for DeSo. So as far as I can tell, Clout does not seem to trade anymore. It sort of got phased out in favor of that DeSo coin when that rebranding happened, and it's now considered an untracked currency by CoinMarketCap. So again, sort of a confusing history there, but the bottom line is there is no BitClout coin. There's no longer a Clout coin. There is the DeSo coin for the DeSo blockchain that runs BitClout and potentially other decentralized social services. Now, there's a couple of ways that people can buy into that. One of them is just to buy DeSo. Again, you can do that either through BitClout or you can do it through Coinbase or other independent exchanges. You can just buy and hold that particular coin. The other thing that you can do is use the BitClout service to first get DeSo, either with them or elsewhere, and then invest that into an individual creator's coin. So you could go and buy a person's coin if they're present on that network using that DeSo, convert it into any particular person's coin. So I own some coin from Tim Denning, for example, and I bought that with DeSo on that blockchain. So again, confusing, interesting history there, but the bottom line is if you're looking to buy Clout today, what you're really looking to buy now is DeSo or a creator's coin on the BitClout service. There is no BitClout coin. There's no longer a Clout coin as far as I'm able to tell. Certainly not one that's being really actively traded. And if you want to buy into this whole ecosystem, your best bet is the rebranded, new BitClout DeSo kind of stack, DeSo coin stack there. So hopefully that helps to clarify. It's a little bit complex. Of course, the question is, knowing that, should you buy in? That's a whole separate question, something between you and your financial advisor. What I'm providing here is, of course, just information. I can't give you investment advice. That's personal, and you should always consult your advisor, especially dealing with something as volatile as this. Like I said, I put $1,000 in, it went up, now it's gone dramatically down. Any of these less frequently traded cryptos is always going to be a bit more volatile there. So proceed with caution, but look at DeSo, the DeSo blockchain. You can go there, I believe it's deso.org, or the BitClout service is the most up-to-date version of this whole sort of thing.